Patreon friends? What's going on, YouTube friends? How we all doing today? I got a special Patreon request from my friend Michael R. I got your last name on here, but I don't know how everyone feels about sharing that stuff unless you got like channels I can support. And if you do, let me know because I'll put it all over here, man. I'll put it all over here. But we're watching some more singers, and we got a little bit of a backstory too. So this is, oh man, I'm gonna try really hard. All right. So Zhou Shen and Dingding. Upwards to the Moon. Formal stage, the 2020 Mid Autumn Festival Gala. Like just this scene. Let me pull this up. Just this scene alone looks just beautiful already. So, and it sounds like Zhao, I think it was, had in school some he got picked on a little bit for his voice, and now he's kind of coming to his power. And man, that is a story I like to hear. Like anytime anyone can take something that they view as like a weakness and turn it into a power, lean into it, and just like I'm assuming turn into like, like a superpower type one of these things. I love those stories, man. The whole Robin Hood story, all of it. But I appreciate this request, my friend. I appreciate the support. If you want to check me out on Patreon, if you want to send me your links as well, the link's in the description box. Don't forget to like and subscribe here if you like this kind of content. If you haven't checked me out before, it's the best way to support the YouTube channel. And I think that's about all I got. Let's do this. Oh, sorry, I was giving credit here. Cool, okay.
此生我大地，右手握着天，掌纹裂出了释放的闪电，把时光匆匆兑换成了年，3000世如所破茧。
Oh man, that's where the duet's gonna swap to. Holy, okay, that was like quite the show of like dynamic control and like posture on each note, because it's like she didn't have to show like any of these big runs or like any like crazy falsettos until her crescendo at the end. It was just like very confident, still notes. I dig that. This transition is gonna be nuts. I can tell from this first note. Wow. Did you hear how like the embouchure opens with his smile? That was so cool. Listen to the sonic here. Sorry, I was early, but it's neat. It's neat when like singers incorporate things like an embouchure change or like a movement, like a smile, with how the note is like represented, because it has a change. It has a sonic change. It's just like if you play into it, then it hits a little harder, right? This is dope. This is gonna press all my buttons right out of the gates. Woo! And that was wild. Like what like again, like still notes, a few runs, like get like still, you're building from the roller coaster. So it starts at like the build up, and now we're still climbing, right? It's just we've swapped over in the duet. But it's like so some runs, some this and that, but like again, just tall, strong posture, confident posture on these like still notes, right? Like it's beautiful. It's just like a show of comfortability or confidence around each note, not like each technique. You know what I mean? Cool. His full voice sounds fantastic, man. It's cool that they have like the matching in-ears to the microphone, like it's just aesthetically pleasing. But these Sennheiser microphones are really nice. I think these capsules are like the E900 series, something like that. Really, really, really nice microphones. All the superstars have them, man. It's just like it's crazy how good it still sounds being that far away from the microphone. Because a lot of them, this one included, you have to like be up close to it for it to like sound real good. Excuse me. And I have a little bit of a gate on it. So when I'm back here, like it just sounds different, right? It sounds a little different. It might be cutting out a little bit too, but nonetheless, like these ones here, they just sound beautiful, beautiful, right? Runs. So back to the mic technique thing and like the capacity of that capsule. You can see how far he's holding the microphone away here, and a part of that is because he's probably singing louder to get these notes out the way that he wants them. And I'm sure you could hit them like at a quieter dynamic. It's just like to give it to the right kind of body. He wants a certain sort of volume out of it, and you don't want to be right up on the microphone because then it's just gonna like cut and cut and cut when he's trying to be like a little bit of this back and forward, kind of this like 60-40 shared for both of them, if that kind of makes sense. But yeah, it's interesting. Like it's neat to see how far productions come to be able to capture stuff like this. Because for us, it all sounds smooth. It sounds great. It's just like there's a lot of mic technique that goes into that, right? So it's really cool to see. Probably just wailing right now. Right low, eh? And she had a real rich voice. Like she's flexing like the low register, the like capability of being able to do it all, and then like the harmonies from Zhou, right? I got that right. Just like very fitting, very filling, like a little bit of breath, a little bit of compression in the vocal, like air compression almost, like just to give it kind of this like supportive role instead of like this lead dominant, like this pitch, you know what I mean? Like just like a crazy like strong note. It's got like a lot more like I say support, almost harmony. If there was a few of them, it would be like chords, right? Beautiful, beautiful. It's nice to see that they're sharing the spotlight very well. This is comfortable too, eh? Wow. That last note was like that was a long one too. Come on. Wild. Wild, man. What a performance. What a treat all these fans got. I thought like for multiple reasons. Both of them are fantastic singers, but like it's cool to see that their voices work so well together in such similar ranges, right? And you don't see that too often in duets. Like even when you see tenors singing high with female vocalists, it's just not always the same. They don't have like this like such similar timbres and everything. And it's like their voices when they're harmonizing almost sounded interchangeable. Like you almost can't tell who's doing what. And it's like that's an intentional thing, right? Like they would choose to do that from like an intonation standpoint, like an enunciation standpoint, et cetera, et cetera. But it's just like it's what a trip. Like it just adds to it adds to the professionalism of the performance, in my opinion, right? So I think this was dope, my friend. I appreciate the request. I appreciate the support on Patreon, my friends. Thanks for watching. We'll see everyone again soon.